We are coming off a great episode of Impact Wrestling, the January 19th, 2023 edition, featuring a pit fight, which was following the awesome Hard to Kill 23 special. Viewership was highest in 5 months. A lot of great stuff there. And then the tapings happened, which were very, very odd. There was some good, some bad, and some what the fuck is that? Who is this guy? Don't worry if you hate spoilers. We won't talk about those until the end of the show, and we'll give you a little warning before then. This is Discuss Impact. I'm Jason, here with the Horror King, Gary. Gary is not going to get much time this week because his Eagles kicked my Giants' ass, so you're not going to hear a lot from him. Congratulations, a-hole. How about that viewership? And I think you got some Eric Bischoff news.
Oh, yeah. Kick off the ratings news. This past week, the 12th, I believe it was, right, Jay?
That's
the 19th. I'm sorry. Yeah. The 19th, January 19th episode, we placed number 148 out of 150 with a .02 demo, and we had a rating of 115,000 viewers, which placed us just behind the August 11th episode of last year. So that's like a 5-month high.
Yeah, and hell of a show. I thought it was I thought it was different. I'm curious if anyone else, I'd love to hear some feedback, although we don't get much. But luckily, we have some cool fans of our own and friends and producers, whatever you want to call them. And, they watched the show with us. We got a little chat room and my group on Facebook. It is called what the fuck is it called now? The GOA? Yeah, the Group of Awesomeness. We shortened it to or whatever. But whatever, you can join. It's pretty cool. We got some news and whatever else. So yeah, pretty much everyone that was part of it, like all 5 of us or whatever, 3, we all loved the show. We all said the same thing. It was like a weird kind of nice flow, something we haven't seen on Impact. Like the opening segment with Mickey and Josh led to the match with Bully, and then there was a match with new knockout Ashley DM Boyce. There's no R, which confuses me. So I guess it's DM Boyce.
Is it pronounced Dubois, maybe?
Oh, wow. Okay. Way off.
I don't know if it's a French name, maybe.
Let's just go with Ashley then.
Canadian, I think it might be.
Let's stick with Ashley then.
Okay.
But like, you see how her match led to a thing with Trey in the back? Like, it was just like, did you think it was weird, like how like things were like kept flowing into each other?
Yeah, I like the exchange with Mike Jackson too, because it kind of come off like the dirty old man coming to.
Oh yeah, exactly.
The younger hottie,
Exactly. Just yeah, I mean, like, it was just very. I don't know, I'm really curious what people say. You could say like, oh, that shit happens all the time, but it just felt really weird to me. I mean, I watch a shitload of Impact. But whatever, like I really love that. Even like the Trey thing, it was just like really weird because like you don't see a new knockout like that like ever get any kind of character time like that fast. I mean, that's probably more character time than Kelly has gotten. No offense, I love her, but I wish they would give her more. And I gotta say before we get into anything else, Santino made me laugh like 3 times on this show, and I complained about it.
Bobby,
yeah. Right. Yeah, Bobby and what do you call Josh, whatever. Fucking, I mean, it was just.
And let's not forget we got
Josh Alessandro,
potential Hall of Famer and WCW alumnus Ernest the Cat Miller on this episode too.
Yeah, was that in the opening segment? Right,
yeah, he was coming down to kind of. This, I think maybe Ernest the Cat Miller. I think wasn't he a matchmaker at one point in WCW?
He was.
Santino.
Okay, so I got this, and I was cool with this. As a WCW fan, I do worry like there's gonna be a lot of fans like, who is this guy? What the hell is going on? Who is Santino? I mean, well, not Santino because I guess he's known by WWE fans, but
the Cat.
Yeah. So I mean, I get the whole Santino's a joke character, but like, if he's being funny, I'm totally cool with that. Like, I'm kind of easy that way. Like, I don't know if you don't like having a comedic.
Well, I mean, it's been okay so far. It's actually exceeded my expectations thus far. And then we get Ernest the Cat Miller. I mean, if we could get like guests like this kind of thing going on, like every time we go to a different city or every set of tape,
yeah. don't get me wrong, I don't want to see Santino as a full-time joke commissioner, but I think for like a few, until Scott comes back or whatever, if Scott comes back.
And I wonder if down the road we might see a power struggle between the two.
I just thought it felt, I don't know, is the word booked? The show booked? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Written, whatever.
Yeah, because I know Impact, the old Impact used to like write months in advance, like several months, like better part of 6 months to 6-8 months in advance sometimes.
Yeah. Sorry, before we get into the show fast, I got to mention that Impact was absolutely terrible with Facebook last week, which was following their Awesome Hard to Kill show. And like it pissed me off, like it really did, because they had an Awesome Hard to Kill show. They didn't even mention there was a new Impact on Thursday. Like, come on. That was just absolutely insane. So I'm sure my listeners, I'm sure our listeners, anyone out there who knows me knows what I would do in that situation and become a big bitch Karen. And that's what I did. I went to Ed Nordholm and I said, I pointed these things out. The last thing he did say to me was, if you have anything else, send it to me. So I think of myself as kind of a secret consultant. I don't know if he thinks of me as one, but so I said to him, like, listen, man, like you gotta, obviously I didn't say, listen, man, but I was like, my point was the Facebook sucks, and hopefully you can get on that. So that was like on Friday. We're recording on Monday, and they already promoted this week's show on Facebook, which they didn't even do last week, like with the matches. It's a cool post, and then there's a post about they're bringing back Press Pass, which is, I believe, tomorrow with Kazarian. So very cool, and who knows, maybe someone's listening. If they are, awesome.
Yeah, I'd just like to spend a minute here really quick, just to mention that our condolences go to Jay Briscoe and his family. I know last week he had passed away, I think right after we had taped for the week, so our condolences here at the channel.
I got to give credit to AEW. They just put out a t-shirt where 100% of the proceeds go to his family. So maybe check that out. So yeah, I'm sorry, Wednesday at 2 p.m. is the Press Pass. We're recording on Monday. So Kazarian, pretty awesome. I mean, I think I spoke enough last week about how much we love Kazarian and what a huge deal that we think that is and all that. Speaking of, well, what is this, 2 straight weeks, but we had some rest in peace thing on the picture. I don't know if you put one on the picture this week, did you? For Jay?
No, I did last week. I had put it in like a little balloon window kind of thing. And
sorry.
I didn't do one this week because I kind of felt like it was kind of poor taste, just because I didn't want,
Oh, yeah, no, my point was that we just had 2 different people quickly in the rest in peace section, which is sad. And I'm actually blanking right now on who the hell was the other one. Oh, Don West, jeez. God.
Oh, yeah. I had kind of made one already from another week, but then we ended up going a different direction. And then I kind of ended up putting them on both on Twitter and like same window, but like divided it down the center kind of thing.
I hear you. Now, sorry. Well, let's just finish this opening segment first. So Santino comes out. I'm sorry. So Mickey comes out talking about her last rodeo might be over. Hardcore country lives on. Bully comes out. Now I like this because it's Mickey versus Bully, and Mickey did not budge at all. You know what I mean? Like Bully tries to like intimidate the women, and Mickey's like, I know you. You're not gonna fucking do shit to me. Like, and Bully is like he's like the perfect bully. Like if you stand up to him, he's like becomes like a pussy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's really true in life too, because if you ever known a bully, like when a woman gets in their face, they kind of like, they back away because I don't know if it's just because they're not used to that kind of face off kind of thing.
Or
but
some random
this here, and it played really well on TV.
Yeah, or some random chubby podcast dude gets in your face and you tell him off and he shits his pants, but that's a whole different story. And I did like the cat. I mean, like I said, you have to know WCW though, so I'm curious like how many people like who the fuck is that? But like you said, if it's like a one-time bouncing around thing, like the cat was a commissioner, it makes sense. Like, and I like that they're using kind of WCW canon, if that's the word.
Oh, definitely, and I do think maybe the reason why we might have used him too, because he might live in the Atlanta, Georgia area as well, and this is where this particular episode is being filmed at on this night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think I did read something like that. Also, very good friends with, or the trainer of Eric Bischoff, no?
What's that?
Ernest Miller, oh, sorry, not sure if you know this, but like helped train Eric Bischoff.
No, I never knew that.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of explains how we got the job then.
Yeah. So, I mean, well, I don't know if we mentioned in the podcast this week, but we did last week about Bischoff talking nicely about Kazarian.
Oh, yeah, he put him over big time on a dirt sheet article I seen recently. He's just like giving him nothing but high praise, and they have been as of late have been kind of feeling like there's a reason behind all this madness from Eric Bischoff. Maybe we're reading too much into it, but I just get this feeling like
no, I thought we were reading too much into it until I just put together that Ernest Miller is friendly with him. So I don't know. I mean, it could be random, but I mean, I guess we'll find out. He never talks good about Impact, and he has been for like a while now. So it's kind of weird, but cool. So it led off with Mickey, Jordan, and Kazarian against Tasha, Savannah, and Bully, which I thought was really cool. I mean, kind of WWE-ish, you know, how like the opening thing led to the match, but it was very good. It was all very good. Like when people say like, "Oh, don't be like WWE," like fuck you. They had Steve Austin and The Rock, you know, like it's not like they always did shitty shit.
Hey Jay, did you notice going into this match on this night, Tom Hannafan was referring to Savannah Evans as the Cannibal?
I did not catch that. Good job.
So I don't know if that's a new like nickname or maybe they're going to plan on turning her into this monster as like the Cannibal.
They should do something with her. I mean, she could be a good monster type, and they don't really have one that's a woman unless you want to count Havoc, which is Jessica right now.
You heard it here first. If she turns into kind of like
us.
Papa Shango or whatever, you know.
Yeah, that was us again. So Team Good Guys got the win here. Moment of the match was Jordan picking up Bully Ray like he was a piece of nothing and like about to do a move until he got out of it. And I don't know if they're setting up a Jordan versus Bully match, but I could totally see that at a big show. Like Jordan loves those kind of matches, and I could see Bully just sell the shit for her, and like that's the kind of thing I'd love to see Bully doing.
Well, I know that was like really impressive. Like she made that look easy, and it looked like he was kind of sandbagging her a little bit on the pickup, and she just made it look like he was like 200 pounds. You know?
Yeah, ridiculous. She's absolutely ridiculously strong, like to the point where it's getting to me where it's hard to take other knockouts as seriously.
Yeah, that's been my problem. I think that's what my problem was with her not walking out of Hard to Kill retaining is because like I just kind of feel like she's too damn powerful for that division.
And I think this power, like she's incredible. Like she's fucking fast as shit. Like she's like the quickness she's gotten. You know what I mean? Like it's just absolutely incredible. But again, I can't say enough how much I loved how then the Santino thing in the back, like it really made me laugh. Just him pronouncing things ridiculously, and then it led to Deanna. It didn't lead to, but then it was a quick Deanna beating Ashley, or not totally quick, but you know.
Yeah, so, Ashley did a very, very cool move. Something from the ropes or something that kind of stunned Deanna. And then later Trey had referred to that move, but then he was like bashing her the next minute, you know?
Yeah, I love that so much. How she just like lost the match and then went to the back with Trey. And then Mike Jackson comes in. I mean, I don't know. Is that like I guess it's kind of like a Vince Russo kind of thing, but like everyone's getting. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right thing because it's not everyone. It's just more like they're focusing on people who just have matches on this show and whatever. So I don't know, really cool, and I liked it. And I also like this match a lot.
It was actually one of the first matches in a while that I think I've seen Deanna win with a Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, very cool move. I mean, she has a bunch of cool moves, so I like that. I mean, I like not having to use your finisher every time.
Oh yeah, I like that she mixes it up. Just because, like I say, with a walking weapon, I love C4 Spike, but. You know when he hits that's going to be it. That's his finisher, and I just kind of like wish he's kind of like Grisham, like he can win a match anyway. You know, I
Yeah,
just mix it up.
yeah, I like that. It's interesting, and yeah, it's like a different kind of thing. And okay, well, I want to jump. Well, we got it. If we didn't, I don't think we mentioned the pit match yet, which I thought was incredibly interesting, and I would not be surprised if that was like a big draw for this show. First off, what the hell's a pit match? Also, Mike Bailey in a pit match.
Well, it's the first time ever, so
yeah, I mean, it's the first ever pit match. I don't know what the hell a pit fight was, so I was curious what it was. There was no ropes, no pinfalls. You can only win by submission or knockout.
well, it just sounds so damn cool too on a wrestling show. The pit,
Yeah.
you know.
You mentioned before this was a kind of a Lucha Underground kind of thing. You could see it being.
Well, yeah, just because like back in the day when Lucha Underground was on, they had the Grindhouse commercials and shit, and like I don't know, just like the Aztec warfare stuff. It just sounded like something that Matt Stryker would call on commentary. You know, the pit fight. You know.
Also, got to throw in one of my big complaints about Impact has been for a while that they don't have enough gimmick matches, and when they do, it's usually bullshit. Hardcore matches, which
Well, and this seems so damn fresh too. Going,
yeah, exactly.
we had no ropes. You know, it was a free for all wherever you landed. You know, they were still interjecting what they can do in a squared circle. So I mean, you got a little bit of like the kick mostly kickboxing from Mike Bailey, and then you got a lot of high flying thrown in. So
yeah, it was. I mean, seriously, if you could check out one thing from this show, check out this match. This was. I didn't see anyone that didn't enjoy it.
I totally see this when we have the year-end awards at the end of the year. I see it being possibly in, if not one of the top matches of the year, like it could be an honorable mention.
Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but Himanshu or Himanshu is a writer at 411. He gave this 4.5 stars.
Wow.
What is the most you can get? 5? Jesus. But
yeah.
then he called it a really good match. Fuck that dude. It's a great match. He just gave it 4.5 stars.
Yeah.
That's one thing that really frustrates me.
I guess it's not 4 3/4 stars.
That's not a good match. Whatever though. I mean, I thought it was a blast. I mean,
yeah, it was a nice
never
before seen kind of thing in wrestling, you know.
Yeah, and again, I thought this entire show was absolutely fucking rolling. Got to mention the Taylor Wilde Killer Kelly match. I think it was the first time they faced, and
yeah, it was referred to as the Dark Forces that collided.
Yeah, I mean, cool match. I mean, I would have gone with more of a bullshit ending, because I feel like they're kind of in the same spot, and they kind of both need to stay strong. But
yeah, it kind of felt like that Undertaker versus Undertaker kind of thing. You know,
it's kind of weird. Yeah, but again, another one. We've been saying, can Killer Kelly get some more goddamn matches? And here we go. She gets a win. So you know what I mean? Like now, I'll take her more seriously, even though I think I know she's. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, just that she's definitely been popping up on more of the graphics that the production has been turning out lately too. I don't know if you they kind of like threw her into that mix. Remember when it was like the scramble match between the 4 knockouts for a #1 contender?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Kind of came in out of nowhere and got thrown into the mix. So thank you, Impact Creative or whatever, whoever came up with it, because it's always good to see more Killer Kelly on our TV.
Totally. Josh was backstage with Santino. I think we mentioned that with the Golden 6-shooter match. Another gimmick match. I gotta just say that all the time now, because I swear there was like 0 for like months, and now we're getting a bunch after looking at the spoilers, which we'll mention later on. Well, not later, after this. Also had an Alicia Edwards sighting, which again, my boy Robles is always talking about. He got me into. I mean, she's on the goddamn roster. Use her. She's very good at hardcore matches. I think, what was it? Santino wanted her to be Giselle's tag partner, and Alicia was like, no, fuck that. Nobody likes Giselle. And even Santino said he'll work on it because nobody likes Giselle, except for Scott, obviously.
There's obviously a payoff here, or something's behind the scenes that is in the works for her to get a partner. Though I kind of feel like maybe it might be a new signing that they're wanting to introduce down the road.
but let me throw out Megan Bayne as like a Diesel to her Shawn Michaels. Or, I mean, first off, I'm not comparing her to Shawn Michaels in any way.
No.
Just the name, but like she could be like the little person, and he does all like the dominant shit to get her to be champion.
Oh wow, no, I've never heard of Megan Bayne.
Well, check her out. She's like 6 feet tall, hot as hell, great wrestler, injured right now. Not sure she's signed anywhere, but I don't know. Then we had Macklin beat Dirty Dango. Not a huge fan of Dirty Dango, but Macklin, again, we've been saying and I think everyone wants to see Macklin get more wins. He usually does. I mean, I think you mentioned last week he never wins that big match.
No, he totally don't. It's a pretty safe booking thing here because going into it he's not going to lose to a Dirty Dango. But I must say Dirty Dango looks right at home here in Impact. We're about characters a lot of times here on the show, on the wrestling show on Access, and Dirty Dango fits the part. I mean, I'm not been like overly impressed with him, but he has his place.
Totally agree. I have not complained at all about Dirty Dango, even though I probably would in a previous life or something like that. And then the Tommy Dreamer thing came up, which just, I feel like, stopped the show, like, totally. I have so many reasons for this. First of all, there's nobody on the roster that needs less character backstory than 50, whatever year he's old, Tommy Dreamer. And it's not even about how old he is. It's about the fact that he's been on TV for like 50 straight years. Like, I know everything about Tommy Dreamer. There's nothing I can possibly learn about Tommy Dreamer in an interview, and I didn't in this one.
Well, if anybody knows...
Maybe you did. Gary, did you learn anything?
No, I'm just going to say that if anybody knows old school Tommy Dreamer and this current Tommy Dreamer, it's you. You've been an ECW fan since I don't know how long, and you're probably at this point, he's probably put him out the pasture at this stage.
I used to always bash Kane when I was like more of a WWE fan, and people would give me so much shit for it. Like, how dare you disrespect Kane? And I'm like, dude, like, he's done everything. Like, after you turn heel 1,000 times and you've been on TV for 20 straight years, like, to me, it's like television. I don't think people see it like that as much as I do. But to me, it's a television character. Like, you can't be on TV for fucking 40 straight years.
I know. It's equivalent to seeing Big Show turn heel like the 50th.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very similar. Now, if this was a bully interview, I would have been totally down with it because he's a great fucking heel character, and I had nothing bad to say about him in the bully.
Honestly, I think that's what we might need is a Tommy Dreamer that's a heel.
Yeah, I think we need a Tommy Dreamer that gets kayfabe injured for about a year. But moving on, it's time for... It's mailbag time, and this one is from super fan, Impact super fan, Richard Robles. Drama King needs to go, and Impact should bring in Byron Saxton instead. What do you guys think? Now, let me lead with this because I really don't think about Drama King much, and during this show I was. Robles had actually mentioned this to me before this show happened, so I was like kind of like locked in on him, and I'm sorry, like, he's just super boring. Like, he has a very monotone voice where everything he does sounds like this. Oh, I'm really excited at this moment, and now I'm really sad at this moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I definitely think we need a mix up at the commentary booth, but I don't know if Byron Saxton is exactly somebody I'd want on Impact. I just feel like he's better in like a place like WWE.
That's fair, but do you agree about the Drama King at least? Because I think Hannafan does an awesome job.
Oh yeah, I mean they're the two of them. You could definitely see who stands out of the two.
Yeah.
I just don't know at this point who I'd go with. I don't see why we don't bring back Matt Stryker and have Tom Hannafan both play off.
Yeah, even Stryker I think is a little too I don't want to say nerdy, but
yeah.
Can't we get someone that just kind of screams like
yeah,
dude the SmackDown dude. I forget his name, the old football player, whatever the hell his name is. Or, Jesus, I'm blanking on his name again. Recently passed away, Impact legendary announcer. Really, Gary? You're also blanking? Come on.
Yeah. You threw me when you said football.
Well, whatever. We all know who we're talking about here. And just quick jump around because I have this on my notes.
Shows you how long I haven't watched a WWE product, Jay.
Oh, no. So, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the TNA guy.
Oh, I thought you said WWE.
No, the TNA announcer that recently.
Oh, Don West?
Yeah, Don West. Sorry. Like, can't we get another? Is there another? Not another Don? I mean, is there not another Don West in the world? Like,
list.
I mean, yeah, I agree, but I mean, like a Don West type. You know what I mean? Like someone loud, somebody that's. But sorry.
Kind of like a Joey Styles from ECW.
Yeah, even that, like a screamer. I think we need a screamer.
I don't know why we couldn't get Joey Styles anyway. I mean, what's he up to?
Maybe some female that's good at it. I don't know. I know Veda Scott is good, but I think she's more of a play-by-play and not a, holy shit, that was the greatest. You know what I mean? Like, that was like his thing. Like, every time something happened in TNA, that was the greatest thing in the history of Impact Wrestling. And, like, but that shit works. like that shit works sometimes. So, whatever. I got to throw this in. This is from our producer, Larry, who I had check in on a lot of people, including myself, who were overthinking the MLW move to Reels. Reels is in about 40 million homes, and Axis is in about 50 million homes. So suck on that, MLW. But no, I do respect what MLW is doing, even though I don't have that channel, and it's not as big of a deal as they're making it out to be. But they have a second show coming, which is one more than Impact does, so good for them. And they got a nice little roster and all, so I don't know. Maybe I'll check that out in the future. And I would like to see an Impact MLW show, but it seems like all these promoters kind of hate each other, and that's never going to happen.
Have we pretty much gone over this past week's episode, Jay, or did we leave
unless you would like to talk more about Tommy Dreamer? No, I mean Gia Miller had a thing with the major players backstage. Got to be honest, don't really give a crap about those guys.
I was just saying because I have some like little bit of info on a Gail Kim interview on a podcast.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Unless anybody cares that Matt Cardona is coming after the Digital Media Championship.
Recently, Gail Kim was on the Generation of Wrestling 1 podcast, and she was talking about Impact, the Knockouts collaborating with the wrestling promotions Stardom for an all woman pay-per-view. And in addition to that, she's talking about bringing in additional knockouts to have a much bolstered roster for the knockouts tag team division as well. And she went on to say she'd like to see Mike Tenay and Don West named as the Hall of Fame class for this coming year in Impact.
Well, that is all good stuff. And shit, what was that one you said right before the Don Tenay and Mike West one?
Oh, that they basically want to bolster the TNA knockouts tag division.
Man, who's been talking about that forever? Shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
we mentioned last week we thought they should start hiring tag teams in the women's division.
And the Hex is up. The Hex is on. The Hex is on tonight, so
it makes me wonder if we didn't sign them. Maybe
Well, let's first hang on. Let me throw out okay, we are done with the show, everyone. Now we are going to move on to spoilers, which took place over the weekend. And holy shit, these are absolutely batshit crazy. Some of it's really cool. Some of it's batshit crazy. So prepare. Okay, go ahead. So yeah, I mentioned the Hex a little bit too early there, but the Hex is Gary.
What's that?
Who the hell's the Hex again?
Marty Bell and Candace. What's her name?
Allison Kay.
Allison Kay. Yeah, I could.
Sorry, everyone. I have a million notes in front of me on like 10 different pages with the spoilers.
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's just been a while since we've seen these two ladies on the show. I lost track of especially lost track of her name because
Very
I,
happy with that, though.
I think she's been on the show even less than Marty Bell has in the last 5 years.
Yeah. But first off, I guess we'll start with some of the good things like that. The Hex. We have a goddamn actual tag team. Say what you want about them. Maybe you don't love them. I mean, I don't think they're great. I think they're good. And they're a tag team, not like a put together random thing like.
No, they've definitely worked many a show together. They
Yeah.
were NWA Tag Team Champions for quite a while, I do believe, too.
Now, I'm not going to go down like who wins every match and everything, but here's a good one. Gresham, Aiden Prince. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah, I did see that. I mean, it's good to see Aiden Prince's on the show again because I kind of felt like we shouldn't have been leaving. It's kind of crazy we're bringing in all these like guys like I'm not gonna say because I don't know if you mentioned them yet on the show, but like we don't want to bring back 40-year-old legends. You know what I mean? 40 years ago they were a thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. We're in the spoiler section now, so we can talk about whatever.
Well, I was just gonna say you don't want to bring back your Barry Horowitzes when you can get just people like you're mentioning now. Like people that could still kind of go.
Yeah, and Aiden Prince is a great example. Like I've been saying, like, oh, there's nobody left, complaining, and
yeah, and he is a very good talent.
Very good. I think it's even on the roster page.
That I don't know. I know we had signed him at that set of tapings when we were up in Canada. We had signed him.
Yeah, I wonder if he was just hurt or something because he usually doesn't come down from Canada. So,
but almost makes me wonder if there might have been some visa issues again, maybe.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's extra cool that he came down before Canada because I think Canada's next, right?
Yeah.
So he'll very likely be at both. And listen, that's a damn good talent as opposed to some others we'll get to. But speaking of another damn good talent, at least I've read, Kevin Knight from New Japan Pro Wrestling lives in Atlanta, Georgia, and wrestled a few matches here. One was with Kushida, who was at these tapings, which I was a little worried about after he wanted Hard to Kill. And how's this match? The Bullet Club versus Kushida and Kevin Knight.
Sounds great to me. It sounds like a fun-filled, high-flying escapade, if you will, Jay.
Is Kushida a New Japan guy, or was he? Or was he maybe the other one? Whatever.
I don't know. I get kind of confused because, like, one minute he'll show up on AEW, and then
he was a time splitter, right? With
and then he was in WWE for a little while too.
Yeah, that's right. I think he was one of the first.
I think NXT, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Now, here's an interesting one. Now, this one probably needs more notes, but Giselle Shaw defeats Savannah Evans. I'm not sure how that can happen physically. So, I mean, I'm guessing, like you said, maybe some kind of bullshit there that they didn't add on to the notes. Like, there's a lot of things people don't add on to notes.
Yeah, I noticed a lot about certain things, like some of them tapings you mentioned. I think you said Heath defeats Eddie Edwards.
Yeah, a lot of weird things here. I'm gonna try and get to that.
I do know that he was distracted, so that kind of
that's what I mean.
Eddie strong, so that'll play better on TV than it actually sounds. So.
And like you've been saying, they're not building up, but like Dirty Dango has become like a solid, decent wrestler. And Brian Myers beat him to get into a 4-way match at No Surrender, which I'm totally cool with. If you missed it, Steph DeLander, formerly Persia Parada in WCW NXT, debuted at these tapings, which Scott Fishman pointed out on Twitter, talking about how the knockouts are killing it, and that's another great talent. I haven't seen much of her, but she has a very good look. She's kind of different looking, like powerful, kind of like Jordan and strong, but like taller.
Oh, she's kind of like a what's that girl in NWA?
Camille?
No, is she? No, slightly not on her level.
Well, I don't watch that much NWA, so you're gonna have to stick that up your ass
for the
moment.
Like a Statlander in AEW, just with it like a gimmick.
Okay, yeah, maybe like a little taller.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just looking at what I'm seeing. Kenny King defeated Johnny Swinger like that, but no, I'm not gonna go through all the shit here. Just want to pop down because there's some cool and interesting stuff. Like Jordan defeated DeLander. I mean, that's kind of a weird. I don't know if that was a first match or second, but And here's an awesome one. PCO defeats Shearer to qualify for a #1 contenders match at No Surrender. Holy shit.
He should have been able to beat him with one arm behind his
Oh, man. Yeah. I really hope that's like a one-punch victory.
Yeah, or he gets counted out because he's afraid to get in the ring with PCO.
Sorry, which reminds me, PCO had an awesome moment backstage when, what the hell's the backstage? Gia? I don't know what the hell Gia was thinking. She got exactly what she deserved by searching for PCO and then getting screamed in her face like he was going to have a normal conversation. Come on, Gia.
Yeah, that was pretty entertaining. You know, that be like that because we had PCO in the mix for a while.
You show that dude for what was he on 2 seconds, and then I mean, like he's just so fucking entertaining, just screaming for 3 seconds, and he's entertaining.
Yeah,
he's more, and he's that's more entertainment than Matt Cardona has given us in the months he's been here, or maybe year or whatever. I don't know, but I did notice Joe Hendry beat Matt Cardona, so that's nice. Also a pretty cool match here. Actually, a very interesting match here. Motor City Machine Guns against they defeated Eddie and Trey Miguel. Shit, I missed that match. How's that one?
You said Eddie and Trey Miguel.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of total sense, too, because, like, they're both heels now, especially now that Trey's newly in.
Ah, shit. Wow. Yeah, I thought that was a weird one. Okay, and then night 2 happens.
As I've gotten to call him the Dick Trey.
And then, see, now I hated a lot of these spoilers, but I'm looking and I'm seeing it's probably like 75% good. So, like, here we go. Night 2. Deanna versus Delander. Deanna gets the win. Giselle threw some dog food in her face, but hit Jay Vidal instead, whatever. Kevin Knight versus Jack Price. Jack Price is the dude who won the, what the hell is it called, Gary?
Gut check?
Gut check. Yeah. I love bringing back gut check.
Well, I'm open to them bringing back open fight night, too. I think that would kind of make things a little bit more exciting because you never know who you could get, like, on this night, especially at these tapings. You could, like, maybe get somebody, like, you don't even expect, you know, like, at all.
Like someone like the Kiss Demon, would you say?
maybe not that corny, but
I mean, that would have been a better way to do it.
Yeah,
though.
it would have definitely been better. Like maybe if you had like a PCO interjected in there somewhere.
Yeah. So sorry if anyone thinks we're joking. Barry Horowitz was actually at these tapings, as was the Kiss Demon, which I don't know. I think I guess I thought too much of because I mean they're on the show for what, like 2 matches out of like. Okay, well, here's what worried me more. Impact, it looks like they take 30 shows or 30 matches in like 2 nights. I could be wrong. Maybe it's more like 20, 25, but that's a lot of fucking matches. So,
well, the thing is, with our good friend Barry Horowitz, you'd have to go back in the old WWE catalog and maybe look way, way back, and you'll find out who Barry Horowitz. He's kind of like the king of the jobbers. He's kind of like your Brooklyn Brawler meets I don't know, like a Frankie Williams back in your day.
Was he the one that patted his back?
Yeah, he wore the suspenders to the ring.
Yeah. So I mean, I gotta say, for a jobber, that was like a memorable thing, like patting your back the way he did. But whatever. So yeah, here's the weird one.
He's the dude that always come up just a hair short of getting a.
And again, I'm sorry, I kind of bashed these spoilers early, but how's this one? Kushida defeats Chris Bay. I mean, how sick is that match going to be?
Yeah, that could definitely be in there at the end of the year as well as match of the year, just because I know those 2 gentlemen bring it every time they go to the ring. So
yeah, I mean, I've realized I've underrated Kushida, or not underrated, but I kind of forgot he was at these tapings or wrestling so much because I see the names Dreamer and the Kiss Demon and Barry Horowitz. But again, that was all just one match. Barry Horowitz defeated Johnny Swinger, and the Kid Demon made his return in the match. So maybe there's some kind of history between the Kiss Demon and Swinger.
Oh, there definitely is. The last time Demon was on the show, I think he actually thought it was Gene Simmons.
Wait, he was on Impact?
Yeah, he was. He had the big platforms and whatnot, and yeah, he was at a set of tapings, I believe, out in Vegas. I believe.
Oh shit! Wow. Okay, that shows how bad my memory is.
Yeah, he
Okay,
totally was there. I think that's maybe like a running gag.
okay, so I dislike this less, knowing that it's a ongoing thing. So
Yeah, it's definitely. I don't know if he. I don't know if it's like he's. No, I don't know if it's he's scared of him. I can't really remember the details because it was like you said, it was so long ago. But it's
yeah.
definitely a bit of a running gag between Swinger and the Kiss Demon.
Also, I got to throw in, nobody mentions BTI matches here. So some of these shit matches might. I mean, we might never even see Barry Horowitz on TV. That might be BTI. Kevin Knight versus Jack Price. I'm guessing Jack Price is probably BTI. I don't know, but and some of the matches from the last tapings had to be BTI. I mean, they just literally had to be. But back to it. Heath defeated Eddie Edwards, which seems crazy, but PCO attacked Eddie after the match, which means maybe he was in his head.
Yeah, it could be. Since we're mentioning BTI, we might want to mention too. This week's BTI match was the design with Khan and Angels versus with
Yeah,
Dean versus Yuya and Delirious.
a much better than usual match, in my opinion.
Yeah, that really should have been on the card. I think in a way, Jay.
I totally agree. And if not this card, another card. I don't know. I find Delirious extremely entertaining and just fun to watch. And that was a fun match. But also, why not make BTI matches more watchable? I did check this match out, so whatever. I guess good move there. And again, we wanted better booking from Masha. She defeats Alicia Edwards, who I want to see more Alicia Edwards because, again, she's on the goddamn roster. Why not use her? Mickey ran out to make the save. Masha attacked Edwards after, possibly leading to something with Alicia. I feel like she's kind of been hanging out there waiting to turn or do something. I don't know. Rich
Yeah,
Swan.
I just wish they'd pull the string with her to kind of give her something meatier to grab onto because it's like she'll come into the fold and kind of like do her shtick, but then they'll pull it back. Like then you won't see her for a couple weeks or a month. You know what I mean? It's just like you piss or get off the pot. One or the other.
Sorry, you just said the fold, and I realized I'm not seeing Ace Austin.
Yeah, I noticed
he,
that too.
Okay, now he had a match on.
Oh, he did have one.
Night 1 with Bay, but night 2, no Ace Austin, unless I am missing something. Hang on, we got a few matches left here. Swan beat King. Alexander came out to make the save, but accidentally hit Swan instead. So that's one of those maybe Josh Swan setups.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I think they do. I think at some point in these tapings, it was mentioned that Josh gives him that title shot or something because he didn't technically get it from Kenny Omega or something.
Okay, that would make sense, and it would be fair. He did never get whatever. He never got his.
I see some people bashing it, but I like it. It's a fresh matchup. I know these two. They're good friends in and out of the ring.
I don't blame. The only reason I don't blame them bashing it is because he's been booked like shit ever since he was a fucking world champion that lost to Kenny Omega in an awesome match where it looked like he could have beat Kenny Omega. You know what I mean? And then it becomes a mid carder like right after. Like, come on.
Yeah, and he hasn't been much. He's been kind of on a downward spiral ever since.
But also, that's wrestling. Here's my thing: just make a little story out of it. Say you miss what the hell's his name? His old boy.
Oh, Willie Mack, who's
like one promo. Say I miss Willie Mack. Just give him a reason to be like losing or sad before he faces Josh again. That's all. So Masha defeats Alicia. I like that. And again, here's another sick one. Motor City Machine Guns defeat Gresham and fucking Bailey. Jesus. I mean, that's like the third match on these tapings. That could be like the match of the year.
Yeah. There's a lot of candidates in this set of tapings that could fall into that, into that bracket come this time, basically about a year from now.
And I love how they're having non-title tag team matches because these random teams don't deserve title matches. And I don't like people giving away title matches. They should be saved for pay-per-views. And this is the second tag team non-title match. Love it. Now some bullshit. Tommy Dreamer defeats Jason Hotch in a beat the clock challenge. And the only thing I like about that sentence is the words beat the clock challenge because it's a gimmick.
Oh, yeah, I totally like the concept. It's just, I've never known them to be really compelling, though, the beat the clock. No. They seem like they're so fit.
I think it's more about Tommy Dreamer having the shortest match as possible.
Yeah, that's fair too.
Because I mean, there's two of them, and the other one was Bully against Bhupinder. And I mean, no offense to those two, I don't want to see a match that isn't a beat the clock challenge under 5 fucking minutes. So I mean, God,
it's fitting here, but like per se, they're just.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it's like a waste of a match or time or whatever. But I'm not sure what the hell these beat the clock challenges are for, other than like
me either
to continue. Because it was only Bully and Dreamer, so I guess they're doing something like if you could beat this guy this fast, and you could beat this guy this fast.
You said it felt like there was like a gazillion matches at this next.
Yeah, it did. I mean,
we did.
But I mean, again, there might be like Kazarian and Yu defeated the Design. But that's Diener. I'm sorry, that's that's Callahan. That can't be a BTI match. Like I'm trying to think which of these could be BTI, and I can't really figure out.
And I do believe this last set of the newest set of tapings, I believe, were filmed in Florida, right? In Orlando, or no? Or is that?
These were Atlanta, no?
Oh no. We're currently in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Oh wait, no. Seriously, we're in Atlanta right during these tapings?
Yeah, we're still in Atlanta.
All right. Well, now I'm really confused. Wow, you're right. These are
we did a set of tapings over the weekend, I believe.
Oh shit, you're right. Man, I'm getting all confused. Okay, so I think this Kevin Knight dude debuts soon, and then he also is at these tapings, which is good news because he was the Atlanta guy. So I was like, oh cool, he's only going to be in Atlanta, but no, he was at both nights of these tapings. So awesome. And man, I totally changed my thoughts on these things because it's literally one goddamn match with Barry Horowitz. That's all. It's like a joke match. It might be on BTI.
Yeah, you'll probably never see him again, you know?
Yeah. And one I didn't really like because it looks like it's a main event match.
This is a squash match in the future or some shit like that.
Yeah, and we talked about this before the show. I'm pretty sure they're going to do these backwards, but it has what looks like the main event as Josh and Mickey defeat Dirty Dango and Giselle. Like, it just seems like a weird spot for Dango, even if they're pushing Giselle. But again, he's done nothing wrong. And
a little bit of backstory about Barry Horowitz. I'm sure his goal right now is not wrestling whatsoever. I do know he's a nutritionist in the Florida area. So
interesting.
So that,
yeah, I mean,
he was at these set of tapings.
And again, just to be clear, I have no problem with Barry Horowitz or like, shit, where the hell's Mike Johnson? Oh shit, I don't think Mikey made those tapings. Well, whatever. My point was I didn't have a big problem with Barry Horowitz or like, anyone, but like then it makes like guys like Mike Johnson look weird when they're using him regularly, like because he's like the old guy. So then like you don't want to have a million old guys on the show. So Kushida and Bay and Knight and Price, like it's really nice seeing those dudes. And that's about everything except the fact that, like we just said about that weird match with Dirty Dango, there's one right before it. Trey Miguel against Crazy Steve in a Monsters Ball X Division match. Gary, Mr. Trivia, he could not even figure out when the last Monsters Ball X Division match was.
No, I know we were doing a lot of not X Division, but we were doing a lot of Monsters Ball type matches, but an X Division, you said? I can't remember.
Yeah. I remember at Knockouts, kind of. Not so
yeah.
Well, I think it was at a Paper Slammiversary or something, or whatever it was.
I'm sure it's not a new concept, really, because I'm sure we have done it. I mean, we've been around for, 21 years, going on 21 years, so I'm sure
Yeah, sorry. I swear I've been shitting on these tapings for, the last 2 days. But it also... But there's, there's I totally changed my mind just reading this because of the Kushida and the Knight and... Masha getting wins and the Hex coming back, an actual goddamn tag team.
Well,
seeing more Kazarian. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, just that to me, from what I'm seeing, from what you're reading me off, what you got for the card, kind of seems like Bizarro League tapings to me, which can be really cool in a way too, because you're not gonna see a set of tapings like this just because there's so much variety. You got Mike Jackson is kind of sticking around a lot. Yeah, Barry Horowitz. It's kind of like, who are you going to see next? Is it going to go on into the next set of tapings? You never know. Like, I don't know. It's a good thing in a way. Maybe more nostalgic than anything. Nostalgia.
And again, just to be clear, that's one match. I mean,
yeah.
Like the rest of these tapings were, there's like a lot of, well, I'm saying one match, but I got to throw in Dreamer and, well, no, just Dreamer because I like Bully. And Dreamer only had, I think, one match, and it was a beat the clock match. So I'm actually really happy about these tapings, other than I'm not sure why Dirty Dango has become kind of a main eventer, but maybe we'll find out on television. And, but like Jesus, I think we mentioned 4 matches that could be the match of the year just off these tapings. So
yeah, a lot of them involving a member of New Japan, or I believe he's Kushida.
And I'm just guessing, looking at the second night, I'm thinking that Ace Austin had a taping or something that he couldn't miss, and maybe they brought in like Horowitz or something at the last second to kill a match. Who knows?
Well, I do know he works a lot of indie dates too. Maybe he had, like, I don't know, maybe he had some prior engagements, or maybe he had to go back to New Japan for something, possibly. I mean,
yeah. Also, these are from the Observer, these spoilers, and I don't want to get into anything, but sometimes they're idiots. So also, just sometimes when people make spoilers, like they don't take notes. So like there might have been, you know what I mean? Like somebody could have done something here, like something here. This could have led to that. Like everything makes more sense on television, obviously, than reading it. So yeah, that's it for the spoilers. And again, I totally changed my goddamn mind during reading them because I hated them, and I was like, oh god, these old guys are coming back. But it's one goddamn match, and the spoilers look really cool. And I'm more excited about the New Japan guy, who seems like he's an Impact guy now.
But I do have a couple things before we go sign off.
Nope, not allowed. Your Eagles won. You can go fuck yourself. Go ahead.
But it was announced that we actually have a venue for the Rebellion pay-per-view in April. In Toronto, it's going to be the Rebel Complex. We've been there before. I don't know if you're familiar with the Rebel Complex, Jay. It's actually basically it's everything in house. You have all the LED screens in place.
Oh yeah, I don't know a ton about Rebel, but somebody actually on the Twitter, Facebook thing where I'm kind of killing it lately. I'm kind of answering questions and just being like a cool fan. And somebody said like, "What the hell is this place?" And I, had to Google it because I'm not like you. And what was there? 2019.
Yeah, we were there that match, I believe, with Sammy and Pentagon Jr., I believe.
Yeah, I can't.
That's probably one of my favorite matches I could honestly remember in the last 4 or 5 years.
And that's another thing. I mean, they got Sammy Callahan, who was, I think, the back-to-back wrestler of the year. So, maybe he kind of just needed, some time off before he starts putting on killer matches again.
And then I have a spin-off story, not really a spin-off, but part 2, to this, nothing to do with the Rebellion or anything. But Gail Kim also said in that article, she said if anyone could get her to come out of retirement, it'd be Mickie James.
Oh yeah, good call. Damn it.
So I don't know if by Bound for Glory of this year, this is where we see Mickie retire, or you know what I mean? Finally, at least for Impact.
Yeah, but Gail's gonna retire her. I can't see that happening.
No, I don't mean that she's gonna retire. Maybe that will be, whether it's for the title or not. Maybe that will be, you know what I mean? Because I don't honestly think Mickey's gonna hold on to the title for the whole.
Oh yeah, nah, I'm with you. I do think she will be at the Rumble with the title though, and I think that might have been one of the reasons
definitely
she got the title. So.
Oh, definitely. No, I didn't mean that was for the title. I just meant maybe it'd be the final swan song between.
Oh yeah.
With Mickie and stuff. It's just two legends going at it. It kind of felt like it might be something in the works to get pay-per-view buys in the future.
I kind of had a thought like that, but it was they have a sick match, right? And Jordan comes out heel Jordan after, pissed off, fuck you all, you don't deserve this. This is my spot, and puts them both in retirement. You know what I mean? That would be so badass.
Yeah, it would definitely be good writing them both off because if anybody,
or Jordan and Masha just team murder. You know what I mean?
yeah, that'd be a hell of a tag team too. I mean, they'd be unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot they could do. I mean, heel Jordan, I think that's straight money right there.
yeah.
But we will find out. And yeah, that's about it for this show. Don't want to go over an hour, so.
Oh, we ain't even at an hour tonight.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I made sure. I made sure because I have to watch the Raw 30th or whatever, Raw 3000th anniversary or whatever the fuck it is.
I didn't know they were that. Damn.
DDP. No, it's not really 3000. Sorry, but
no, I knew I had to been up there though because I remember their 900th episode.
Wow.
Something like that. It was like as long as like The Simpsons or something.
It's funny, I wasn't even that excited until I saw DDP was going to be there. I don't know. I just fucking love DDP. Seems like the nicest guy in the world too.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know, like I don't know. I was always like, I don't know. Everybody was always. I mean, not that I don't like Sting and Flair, but like he was always like the. I don't know. He's always like the common like one that everybody overlooked on the roster. I felt.
Yeah, kind of the common man. Or the common, yeah, pretty much the common man. I guess like the Dusty Rhodes kind of guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Time, but he was over as fuck. Also, I got to quickly throw in. I thought that's what they were going with Heath. And I remember like he was like actually getting over. We were like, you know, I don't know if he's like a main guy, but he was getting there. And then like he went back with what's his name, and it's just like, you know, like they just became like a blah tag team.
Yeah, I think that's kind of why I've always been kind of like a Randy Orton mark too, because I've always liked him because he always had that like RKO that I always thought he used it as a nod to DDP.
Yeah, well, that's a good one. I'll gotta give you that. It is one of the best goddamn finishers in the history of the world, and I think everyone should be using it in one company at all times, unless that's illegal. I don't know. I don't think it is. It's fucking wrestling. I have a little note here that says something I realized today was I've been talking about and kind of bashing Impact a lot more and thinking about it more, and all because of these fucking what's his name? These guys, these old WCW guys returning. So like to me, that's my like I always say like Impact's not doing enough. They're not getting people talking, but like sometimes weird shit gets people talking, you know?
Yeah, I say why the hell don't we bring? I know it's a ways out, but why don't we bring back the Bound for Glory series?
I'm totally with you on that. I think most fans are, and I think that would be a huge step in them kind of, I don't know, coming back to.
It don't even have to be a Bound for Glory series. It could be any kind of series, you know, any of the big four that we do every year.
Yeah, but everybody loved the Bound for Glory series. Plus, it has a cool name, and it's all set, so why not just do it? But that's about it for us this week. We'll be back next week at our regularly scheduled random time of whenever the fuck Gary feels like it.
Yeah, well, it's kind of been the last couple of weeks. It's been on Monday only because like NFL football. I know there's a few podcasts, or at least one podcast that goes live on Sunday night. I don't know, it's kind of a business decision for views more or less than anything, but yeah, you never know from week to week what it's going to be. But this last couple of weeks, it's been chalk it up to NFL football.
Yeah, we also like Mondays. I don't know. Seems to work out. Or Sundays. I guess we'll see what happens. Whatever. Nobody needs to hear this. All right. We'll catch you next time.